Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. I know yesterday I said it was Wednesday, but it was Tuesday. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm having a week already. So today we are working on Sweet Summer Come Again by Blackbird Designs. And it's its own separate little pattern. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, we hope. But I want to make one of these little round things, but I will have to find some fabric. And I'm sure that I can find some because that's about all they have is quilting fabric where I can get fabric. So other than that, they don't have fabric at my Walmart. It's not a super Walmart. So they do have some little, I don't know, fat quarters. I bought a couple, but they're in blue, not in tan or brown. And we have to go down there sometime in the next week or so. So, yep, I'm working on this. So, what's everybody up to? What are you working on? Oh, and I'm using the called for, and I don't know if this is Heritage or Regency, but it's the tan, the mottled tan one. So, it's either Regency or Heritage or Legacy. It's one of those three. I got this material to make those perennial rounds. And yeah, that didn't work out so well for me. So yeah, not happening. Well, I got a morning, I'm telling you. It's like about, oh, between 12 and 20 somewhere this morning. And I have to go to the grocery store before I go to work. I at least got out of there last night at 9 o'clock. So, yay. Yay. I was so thrilled. So I came home and I picked this up because it's not very big. I've got 4 out of 6. No, there's 7 strawberries, I think. Gotta look. 3 on each side and then the big one. So it's coming right along. Now, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this. There's a bunch of these little white flowers. Let me get the pattern here. Little white flowers, and you can barely see them. And there's some other little tiny little tiny motifs hanging fire there. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I may make them like white and then outline them with yellow, just so you can see them on this fabric, because I already made one and it shows up better in the camera than it does in real person. So yeah, has that happened to you? Just kind of drives me over the edge. So where am I? I'm going along and not paying attention here. So yeah, I did this and came home and made scrambled eggs and sausage for dinner. It was so exciting. But, oh yes, in Houston, I have a problem with my stand. I think I've used it so much that I've stripped either the wing nut or the screw, so I'm going to go get another, not today, tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off. Lag bolt, I think that's what they're called, hopefully, and I can replace it because I can't live without this stand. My shoulder will just kill me. This cold weather has just driven my body absolutely nuts this week. I wake up stiff and sore, and I'm not working that hard. I mean, it was not a big deal this week, so I don't know. Haven't done much. I'd like to try to get to the thrift store if I could this week. So we'll see what happens. Now they're open on Saturdays, so hopefully it's supposed to be in the 50s over the weekend. So they should be plenty busy. So, yay. But yeah, I have a few things to do before I get to work today. That's okay, because I have to go. I mean, I put it off and I put it off, but I may just go get Molly's dog food and a little bit of something to have either before I go to work or after I get home to eat and call it done and then go tomorrow. I don't know. Tomorrow will be a better day, but, you know, just gotta do the things I do. Sorry. Trying to keep you in frame here. Okay. I had to see how many I had to stitch. I watched a little bit of Call the Midwives, only because, you know, I wouldn't say I watched it. I'd say I listened to it while I stitched, because I've seen them 100 times, so I know what's going on. But it's always nice to put something on and then just stitch. Because sometimes I'll get myself into one of those things that has subtitles, and then I have to watch it, and then I'm not stitching. It's like, I can't win. I did watch a good movie. I started watching it yesterday before I went to work, and it was called Princess Canali or something like that. She was supposed to be sorry, my throat's a little rough this morning. Supposed to be a princess in Java? Does that make sense? And the time period was, like early 1900s, through. And yeah, it was really well made. Oh, phooey, 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 stop, stop. I have to go back and put you see there's 2 blank spaces here. It's that yellow, and they're using it for, what do you call it? Highlighting. Jeez. What else did I watch? Nothing else, really. So, my go-tos is Grey's Anatomy and Call the Midwives if I wanted to get some stitching done, because I've seen them all before, so like 4 or 5 times through. But the best movie I did watch all week was that Queen's Gambit, about that girl that was the chess player. That was really good and very well made. Okay, now I gotta look at the pattern again to make sure that I'm right. Okay, skip 1, stitch 1. There we go. And and why didn't that turn out? Let me look again. That's kind of weird. Okay, Laura Jean, what are we doing here? 3, 6, 9. Should have 9. And I see what's going on. Well, we'll have to fix that. Hopefully I can get it fixed. And everything will be okay. It's fine. But this needs to come over 1. They were all lining up, but they weren't in the right place. I may have to take a stitch out, but it's just a strawberry. It'll be fine. These strawberries are turning out really nice. They're 2 shades of red, which are, if I can just find this one, 347, and the other color is 815. They call it cayenne. It has the called for DMC, but it also called for Weeks Dye Works. I have the worst time saying that. And yeah, it's good. Everything is good. We'll just wing it. So yeah, I didn't work on anything. I don't think. Worked on this for quite a bit. Oh, I know. Before I went to work, I worked on the Bittersweet Trio. I can only do so much of that because there's a lot of back stitching in that, with the little vines that come down on both sides. And I just wanted something that was fairly fast. Okay. We try again. It has to be just a little bit fatter there. Okay, now, let's go again. But yeah, I didn't work on too much, and I only worked on this for about an hour or so. I got the lighter parts of the leaves done, and those 2 leaves, and something's rotten right there, so I'm just gonna kind of leave it alone for a while and work on the strawberries. But I got the caps for the strawberries done, these 2, so there's one more right up there, and then I'll have to work on that basket. I do have to go to that, I told you I have to go to that fabric store thing that we have here. And I told you that, they have a lot of quilting material. Well, before the big pandemic, they had all these ladies, and they would come in. They bring their own sewing machines. Ladies that worked on quilts, and they would be there like every Friday or something like that. Well, they do Quilts of Valor, and they just got a $12,000, not grant, but I guess like a donation to make the Quilts of Valor. So I thought that was really cool. And these ladies, they're, all ages, but mostly they're in their 60s to their 80s, because some of them are quite old, but hey, they know what they're doing. But I thought that was pretty cool. And I remembered her telling me, I said, oh my, you guys, you got a real club going on or whatever, because they were all there one day when I was in there. She says, oh no, honey, we do the Quilts of Valor, and they donate the quilts, like they'll make baby quilts or they'll make lab quilts, and they donate them to the hospitals and hospices and all kinds of stuff. So I thought that was just pretty darn cool. No, I'm not into that. Oh, you won't believe what I picked up the other day. Of course, I'm watching Call the Midwives, right? And I get to the episode where one of the girls is going to have a baby, and she's had a few complications. And so she's in the hospital. They're all worried about her. And of course, they had told one of the other nuns that she could make squares, because that would keep her busy. This is before the big crisis. And, excuse me. So they set her about making squares and all that. And so when this girl has problems and complications, they decide that to keep their mind off of it and worrying and everything else, that they're going to sew all these squares together. And of course, they're granny squares. I have a soft part in my heart for granny squares, because that was the first thing I taught my grandmother how to do, was crochet. And she said upon making about 50 granny square quilts, afghans, Yeah. Okay, I gotta see if there's any spaces in between there. Yeah. So I love granny square quilt afghans. So I had to go looking for my yarn. I had made my daughter a granny square quilt, or afghan, sorry. And so I knew right where my, what do you call it? Hook was. Yeah. I pulled it out, and I'm like, well, no, I didn't have enough variety to make any granny squares, but I proceeded to look up on YouTube how to do a shell afghan. So, yeah. I sat there and crocheted for 2 hours. I figured out the pattern and was just going great guns. Yeah. I was just compelled to crochet. I don't know. Not like I have all the proper yarn to do it, but hey, it was something I had to do in the moment because I just love it. But I don't have any. I made a, let's try that again. Made the squares. Okay, I made my daughter one. Hers was in red and yellow. And then I made one with like a soft green and then 2 or 3 different colors. I had some variegated in there too. But I haven't sewn them all together. And I have all the what do you call it? The material to do that. So, yeah. Who knows? Do you just like compulsively want to do something right then, right there? Got to do it. So I still like knitting. Well, the only knitting that I do, I knit an afghan that's got 3 patterns. Or, yeah, 3 pattern rows, if you will. Like, one is knit, one is purl, and one is the pattern. And it makes a ripple afghan. And you, what do you call it? You do strips. So there's only like 36, what is it? 36 stitches. You know, you do the pattern row, then you knit 1 row, and then you purl 1 row, and it makes this lovely rib thing. And then you sew like, I think there's 7 strips in the whole thing. So I had enough yarn to do all, like you make 2, 2, 2, and then 1 in the middle. And the 2 on the outside are the same, and then the next 2 on either side is the same, the next 2. Yeah. I don't know how, I can't even guess at how many of those we've made. My grandmother made at least one for everybody in the family. And then she gave one to, I think, to her sister or something. And then my mother made one. But I never did know how to do the ripple one with crocheting. So that's the only thing I knit over here. I can basically read a knit pattern. I have tried to knit sweaters, but that kind of crap just, I don't know. It's that increasing and decreasing thing. It never turned out well for me. But I can fake, gotta have some coffee. The increases and the decreases easier in crochet. I knit an entire afghan, what is it called? A baby outfit for my granddaughter's doll on the way to Cheyenne with a skein of yellow yarn that I had. My daughter was trying to keep me occupied. So she put me back in the back seat with the 3-year-old when we went to Cheyenne. And yeah, so I can just wing it. I know what it's supposed to look like. I can manipulate the yarn a lot easier with crocheting than I can knitting anytime. And I've already made one of those shell afghans, so I don't know where it's going. You know, it's just something. I'm trying to figure out what I have to do here. To do at the time, I like to crochet, but it really gets to my hands bad because it's that repetitive thing. Where this, it's more of a slow motion. It doesn't bother me at all. So that's why I'm sticking with this, but you know, I could work on the other part a little bit at a time. Yeah, I'm doing the two-handed thing. What can I say? What can I say? It's just easier than turning everything, and I don't want to break this thing. It's not going to be broke, it just needs a new lag nut. There. And I'll get a new wing nut while I'm at it. I better get two, because my luck I'll lose the first one. But I think I've just stripped it out from trying to get it so tight. Who knows, it might work better after I get it fixed. So, this is kind of freaky here. You gotta, it's got like, I don't know if you can see this. Can you tell it's gonna be like that one right there. Where it's got the color coming down, and then the darker color, and then it'll have a couple light spots. I did that up in here too. But it's okay. We can get it. I don't like to stitch two-handed. I can't do it for very long. It tends to get on my last nerve because it goes so slow. But we're in a small spot here, so we're good. I love this material. It is just absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to keep it, I have to match it with, I'm doing a big project with the other half of this legacy, or whatever it is. I should have written it down. I think I put Regency here, but I don't know that it is or it isn't. It's the brown one. There's one there's a light pale green. There's one that I'm doing Pandemic on. I know that. But I can't ever remember. I gotta see. It's only two. So yeah, it's fun. Now I gotta come down. Show me again. I lose track of where I'm at. I know, I don't have my thing up here today. Guess I was in a hurry. Who knows? But the other one is over there somewhere because I was using it yesterday. And sometimes I accidentally put it in with the project. So, yeah, it happens. It happens. Okay, 3 of those. So, yep. Well, are you getting your stuff together for your ornament things? Now, you don't have to go out and buy all the stuff at one time. So, you know, if you can get just a little bit at a time, like one a month, that's fine. We don't have to go out and get everything all at once, you know. So, we'll see how it goes. But just, you know, just enough to do the pattern you're working on. You know, for the month. And that way you can spread it out. I have to see if there's anything else. Okay, we're done with that color. You know, and that's what I said. If you got it in stash, use it. You know. But I don't expect everybody to go out and get them for like 12 months and everything. But because that's, you know, I'm flying by the seat of my pants as usual as far as what color I'm going to use for what pattern. I mean, I kind of got it in my head, but it's a loose pattern. Or a loose idea, I should say. So whatever you want to do, guys, you do you. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Y'all have a good rest of your Wednesday and a good rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep stitching. God bless. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.